Can you beat your fear of the stock market? I've made a daily game where you have to buy the dip, sell at the peak, and invest the best with $1,000. Now let's take a look at the global stats for the game on Friday, 3rd of October. Let's go to our bought charts. We were in the solar industry. Nice. Let's take a look at how the price chart began. So we went all the way back to the mid-2010s. Okay, people trying to buy the dip here, remember that? So let's see how they held when they thought it was a good time to let go. Okay, so that's really interesting to see how it mirrors with the price. So far about half of you continuing to hold on. Let's reveal the rest of the price chart. Oh, wow. So this was the dip here. Let's see how the other half of you did. Oof, dropping down to about just under 20%. And remaining 6% of you holding all the way until the end. Now let's take a look at the sold chart. So first let's reveal the first half of our prices. Remember, people here now trying to sell at the peak. So what do we think? Is that going to be the peak? Let's take a look at how people release. So this time this line counts up, counting up the people who released to try and sell at the peak. So we got just over 37% of you having let go already. Whoa, okay. Okay, so I think that's going to be the peak. Yes, so can I do the maths in my head? We've got about 63% of you still within a chance of selling at the peak. Let's see when you let go. Oh, look how it climbs there. That's fascinating. And then what do we got? About 12% of you left holding all the way until the end. How does that translate into percentage of peak achievements? Let's take a look. Oh dear. Ouch. A third of you not doing very well at all. Wow, that is grim reading. Now let's forget about timing the market. Let's look at spending time in the market, which is where you can make the most money. So we had a growth time of our medium-term bucket between 6 to 20 years. Here are the figures that players saw in terms of the performance of these last 12 months. Let's see how people chose. Wow, okay, so the vast majority of you going with the company, then world index, and no one chose cash. How interesting. The growth rates, here we are. So, okay, so bonds actually losing money, the company winning, world index 138%. This is total growth. I can show you per year, kind of average growth. Gold and world index showing 9%. Company growing at 19% a year. Okay, very nice. Which ones outrun inflation? Bonds, obviously, because they lost money, lost to inflation. Cash also losing out to inflation. So if you picked cash, in actual spending power, you would have lost money because the growth of cash did not keep up with the growth of inflation. And then the percentage achievements. So 63% of you getting 100%. And then let's now look over to overall achievement. So you started with $1,000 in this game. The goal is to make the most. And of the most, what percentage buckets did you make? Wow. So about a quarter of you, this bar is red because if you don't make more, if you fail to make at least 20%, you lose your streak. So wow, yesterday was a bit of a brutal day. A quarter of you losing your streak. Sorry about that. And then most of you doing in the 40 to 59% bucket. That was yesterday's game. Good luck today.